Jerusalem, the very end of the 19th century. Despite of the overall poverty in the Jewish community, there were some well-to-do people there. One of them was Reb Shimon. He was well aware of the responsibility that came together with his prosperity, and he was generously donating to the poor, and he was supporting the synagogues and the schools of the community. His son also took part in his charitable work. Every Friday, Reb Shimon would give him a coin to go to the local store and buy candies. The boy would give these candies out to the children in the synagogue. He took his job very seriously because he knew that for many kids, these were the only sweets they had during the entire week. One Friday, Shimon was staying at work later than usual, and his son started worrying that he might not get to the store on time. He knew where the money was kept, and he decided to take the coin for the candies and go to the store. When Shimon came home, he was happy that his son took the initiative. But when he opened the drawer where the money was kept, his face turned pale. "I had a golden lira in this drawer. Did you, by mistake, take it instead of the usual kurush?" "I don't know. I took a coin," said the boy. After asking how the coin looked, the father realized that his boy did take a golden lira, which was worth approximately 4,000 times more than a kurush. Shimon runs to the store owner, but he says, "Yes, your son came in and I gave him the candies, but he paid with a usual kurush. How can it be? My son brought a lira." "No," says the shopkeeper. Shimon even went to the Jewish court, but the court said that they cannot help him since he did not have any proof of any wrongdoing by the shopkeeper. Meanwhile, the story started spreading around the town. Charitable Shimon, who is known for his generosity, certainly would not make up such a story. But the store owner apparently saw an opportunity to pocket a golden coin. Gradually, the whole community started shunning the shopkeeper. They stopped coming into his store. His shop became empty. Over the time, he had to close his business. His life was ruined. He was forced to move out of Jerusalem, and his family relocated to Tzfat. A couple of years go by. A young man knocks on Shimon's door and says that he wants to apologize. He says that he is not from around here, but he was visiting Jerusalem a couple of years ago, and he saw a boy walking down the street holding a golden lira in his hand. A child with a golden lira? I started asking him, where does he have this money from, because I realized something is wrong. The boy said that his father gave him this coin to buy candies. Golden lira for candies? He must be making something up. He probably stole this coin or something like that. I offered him to exchange this coin for a kurush, which would be more than enough for his purchases. And the boy agreed. "Now," says the young man, "I came back to Jerusalem. I heard this story of the store that closed down a couple of years ago, and I realized what happened. I am here to return a golden lira to you," said the young man to Reb Shimon. The victim of this whole story is obviously the shopkeeper. But I want to ask you, who is to blame for his life being completely ruined? The young man who exchanged the coins with the child obviously did not do the right thing in the beginning, but is he to blame for destroying store owner's life? The little boy simply did not understand the money, and Shimon did not do anything wrong. The residents of the city, the community, who stopped talking to the shopkeeper and stopped patronizing his store, they are the ones who are to blame for ruining his life. The elders of Jerusalem tell this story in order to emphasize how cautious we must be in our condemnation of other people. How many innocent lives are destroyed because people think that they did something wrong? How many people suffer from completely exaggerated accusations in their address? How many relatives stop talking to each other because they heard that someone said something about someone? How many friends broke up because one of them thought that the other one did something against him? The Torah tells us that we always have to dan lechav zchut, which means that we always have to give people the benefit of the doubt and look for ways to justify their behavior in our minds, even if it seems wrong to us. Because most often we do not know the whole story.